Hey, this is Tia Ho from Finding Mindful Now, guiding you out of your head and into your life with mindfulness. And today I'm going to participate, and hopefully you will with me, in the People's Inauguration. And I'm going to just share this in the chat really quickly. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that in the recording, but when I post this, for those of you who are watching later, you can click on the link in the comments section underneath the description of the video. So this, if you're not aware of what this is, I'm just going to get out the cover sheet of this so you can get a sense of it. This is the logo, this beautiful logo, and it's launched by Valerie Kaur and Akar and a number of other women of color in multiple organizations are putting this together for collective renewal and healing and coming together as we continue to build the nation, the United States, and what we envision for it. So this little ritual that I'm about to go forward on is my making this commitment to all of you as my witness. So every one of you who watches this later will be my witness, and you are wholefully invited to participate. You can do a similar ceremony on your own, and I would love it if you just, even if all you do is type in the comments, I'm committed to, here's a copy of me with my signed document. I printed out the oath, and you can get this template from the People's Inauguration website that is listed underneath, and do this on your own. You can also just do it with a friend or family members. You can do it virtually, just the way we're doing this here. And ceremony is a form of mindful intention. So it's a way of giving some sacredness, bringing some sacredness into whatever it is that you are inviting into your life experience. So in this case, it's around connecting to others, connecting to people who we may not know very well in order to understand them. And it comes from a place of love. And Martin Luther King Jr. talked about this idea of love being extreme, that love isn't affection. There are multiple forms of love, and the type of love he was speaking of in this particular example isn't, and you can go read the piece on Letter from a Birmingham jail, and I can post a link to that as well. He wasn't talking about any kind of love. He was really talking about how this is about understanding other people and around creative general goodwill. And basically, as Valerie says in her talks, learning to see people as some part of ourselves that we have not yet met, that we do not yet know. Because regardless of how things, whatever beliefs we might have or opinions we might have, we're here together, and we will continue to be, and we might as well find a way to build something together. So there's some ocean sounds playing in the background, and during this ocean, I'm going to go ahead and slide into the formal ceremony. So you're welcome to join me with this. I'm just going to rinse off my hands as a type of a cleansing. I have a bowl. This bowl is a gift from my partner's family, so it's it has some I have some affection for it. If you have something, I don't have anything handed down to me from my ancestors, but I have a family tie, and it's just about continuity, about thinking about how life continues generation after generation. So it doesn't have to be the bowl that you use, but you're invited to basically connect somehow with those who have come before you, your ancestors. So I'm just going to rinse my hand off in the water as a sign of me cleansing. And I'm just going to call to mind. I watched the president's inauguration today and felt many different emotions, and my heart ached. It still does. And so I'm releasing some of the grief and the trauma of institutionalized forms of oppression, the pain of hate, and I'm releasing that into the water. And hate comes out of pain, it comes out of hurt, it comes out of a mistaken belief that we are incredibly separate without being able to see our commonality. So I'm going to rinse my hands off with a towel, and I'm going to put the bowl of water aside. I'm going to give this water with some of my grief and pain and anger and hurt to one of my plant friends at the end of the ceremony. And now I'm just going to invite you to share one value that you're welcoming into this time of transition. And I'm going to turn the music off. Let me just pause this. Okay. Hopefully that sound wasn't too loud. I'll know when I play it back. So in this next stage of the ceremony, I'm going to invite you can say aloud or write down one value or word or quality of experience you're inviting in as we move into this transitional time. And my 3 are interdependence, regeneration, and healing. And you are welcome to type those in the comments or just say them for yourself in your own ceremony. And I'm going to read this oath at this point aloud so that you know what I'm committing to. And I have the document here, which I'm going to sign the bottom, and then I'm going to fold it up and seal it and put a little symbol that has meaning to me on it and keep it in my personal effects as a momentum of and a promise of this transitional time and my being part of this community of people building together and creating together. So you're welcome to repeat after me. I'm going to place my right hand on my heart, and I'm just going to invite you to bring both hands up to cover that heart. And I just encourage you to repeat after me. I, Dr. Tia Henderson Ho, do solemnly vow that I will faithfully execute my role in healing, reimagining, and rebuilding our country, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend dignity, justice, joy, and interdependence for myself and for all around me, and that I will do so with love. So I'm going to sign this. And fold it. And I don't have a fancy wax seal, and I wasn't sure about trying to, burn a candle and then pour it while on a call. I wasn't confident that I wasn't going to mess that up somehow and get hot wax on things. So I actually have some I'm sealing it with something that has meaning to me. And this is some tape that one of my friends, really close friends, brought back for me. It's got cats on it. And I had a very close relationship with her cat. And she was really loving to me when I lost my cat friend, who was my soulmate. He just happened to be in a cat form. So I'm going to seal this with a piece of that tape, like so. And I'm basically going to end the ceremony by saying thank you. And I'm going to turn some of the ocean sounds back on. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. I appreciate all of us being in this together. And thank you so much for participating. Now I'm going to give the water, my grief, pain, and hate and anger water, to this great plant friend right here. Thank you, plant. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.